Hey, science kids, welcome back to some more science, 'cause science is cool. We have another nocturnal critter to talk about. Another mammal, not a bird, not a bug. And this one is really, really weird. I love this critter because not only is it weird looking, it's got a really cool animal superpower. The superpower being the way that the animal gets to protect itself against predators. This is a really strange one. So, what's our critter? It is the opossum. The opossum is so weird. It is the only animal in North America that is a marsupial, which means it has a pouch. Do you remember how the bat was unique in the sense that it was the only flying mammal? Well, the opossum is unique that it is the only critter living near us that has a pouch to carry babies. Most animals with pouches are found in Australia. In fact, most of the other ones are. When you think of animals with pouches, you might think of a kangaroo. Of course, a kangaroo has a pouch. But there are other pouched animals. Koalas, wombats, and wallabies also have pouches. But in North America, United States where we live, possums have pouches. Now, I just said possum. You say possum or opossum. Technically, the critters that live near us are opossums, and the ones that live over in Australia are possums, but we all mix up the names. So, I've got a really good book to read you. I've got some movies to show you, and then you are going to make your super cool opossum hand puppet as your art project. So, let's get started, because science is cool.
And you're watching Animal Logic. Although the common name is possum, possums are actually opossums in North America. There are plenty of opossum species, ranging in size from the little mouse-like opossums to the possum that we usually think of, the Virginia opossum. Opossums are North America's only marsupial. Just like the only marsupial you can probably name, kangaroos, opossums carry their babies in a pouch. Their babies are squidgy little flesh bags that, when birthed, need to crawl up their mother's fur into the pouch, which is called a marsupium, an excellent word, to latch onto a teat until adequately matured. It's a pretty disgusting process. Unlike kangaroos, opossums can have up to 13 babies at once. Once they've grown a bit so that they look like little possums instead of little alien creatures, they ride around on mom's back. All of them. At once. Adorable! But despite their terrifying teeth, a rat tail, and a deranged-looking smile that only a mother could love, opossums aren't vicious creatures. They spend their day trying to find food, shelter, avoiding conflict, and are actually easily frightened. Evolutionarily, they're an ancient animal with less developed brain. When startled, they'll hiss at you with a surprisingly terrifying hiss. And if that doesn't work, they are ridiculously good at playing dead. I'm not sure how that stops the thing that's trying to eat them from eating them, but sure? The opossum will draw its lips back, foam out the mouth, and even give off a noxious odor from their anal glands. You can poke and prod them, even pick them up, nothing. Dead. Honestly, I challenge you to name which one of these opossums are actually dead. Let me know in the comments. After some time, they twitch their ears, start breathing normally, and then up and off they go. Opossums don't have conscious control over their little charade. It happens automatically when they're confronted by something that scares the bejesus out of them.
Opposites. Written by Gina Gilloy. Illustrated by Alexandra Bobrick. There's a little opossum. Opossum babies, called joeys, grow big, but are born small. Each the size of a sweet pea, Mama's pouch holds 13 in all. Did you know that opossums are marsupials, a type of mammal with a pouch on their belly? Opossum joeys are born after only about 13 days of development in their mother's womb. Then they crawl to her pouch to nurse and stay warm as they grow. Newborn joeys, so soft and pink, are bald with their eyes shut tight. Growing opossums get very furry, to their mama's great delight. Opossum joeys, the babies, are called pinkies for the first 2 to 3 weeks of life until they begin to change color and grow fur. Joeys open their eyes when they're about 8 to 10 weeks old, so like 2 months. You can see on the left there that little pinky thing, and then as they grow, they start to look like opossums. Opossum fur may be light or dark, though most wear a coat of gray, with large black eyes and a long white face, and a tail the color of clay. Opossums have long, smooth tails that grip by looping and curling around. Unique tails help them climb up, 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 and keep them from tumbling down. Opossums use their prehensile tails to carry things like leaves for building nests. Their tails also help them climb and catch themselves when they start to fall. Joeys, the babies, may occasionally hang upside down by their tails, but as they grow, they lose this ability. The smallest joeys live in a pouch. Mama's love keeps them warm within. Her pouch was once empty, but now it's full. Let the piggyback rides begin. Did you know that a mother opossum's pouch is like a furry little pocket in her belly? She can care for up to 13 babies in her pouch, where they drink her milk. When the joeys get too big to stay in the pouch, they ride on their mama's back, holding on tightly to her fur with their long fingers. Opossums are nocturnal. You won't see them out at noon. They sleep all day when you're awake and come out at night with the moon. Feeding her babies is mama's job. It takes hard work, to satisfy her joey's hunger so that they can play and grow. Did you know that opossum moms carry their babies everywhere until they no longer need to nurse, drink milk, when they are 3 to 4 months old? Then the young opossums go off on their own. Opossums are solitary creatures. And this would be a good point to point out that the dads do not help raise these babies. The mama raises them all by herself. Opossums don't eat in restaurants. They're nature's cleaner uppers. What's trash to us is treasure to them. Our scraps become their suppers. Did you know that opossums are not picky? They're omnivores, which means they eat plants and animals. They love overripe fruit and berries, as well as ticks, insects, worms, mice, snakes, and the remains of dead animals, called carrion. Nothing goes to waste in nature. Some people think opossums carry germs that make us sick. In fact, they keep us healthy because they love to eat ticks. Ticks are arachnids like spiders, and they feed on the blood of humans and animals. Deer ticks carry Lyme's disease, a very serious illness. One opossum can eat up to 5,000 ticks a year, reducing the number of ticks that can make us sick. Good job, little dude. Joeys wrestle, slub, and nip. Getting dirty is so much fun. Mama licks her joeys clean as they doze in the morning sun. Opossums have scent memory to help them remember safe places, good paths to take, and where to find food. Slubbing, or slobber rubbing, is when opossums rub their heads and back and forth on something that they like. Ruh-roh. Opossums may look scary with their fangs and jaws open wide. They're really just afraid of you, so they freeze instead of hide. Opossums are gentle creatures. They defend themselves by showing their teeth and drooling, but they rarely bite. When cornered, they may faint from fear and stress, so predators will leave them alone. They play dead, basically. Opossums play dead in a pinch when they meet a frightening stranger. Drama gives them their best chance to stay alive through danger. Did you know that opossums don't really pretend to be dead? Fainting is an involuntary response that helps them survive. Their heart and breathing slow down. They drool and give off a bad smell to tell predators that they would not make a good meal. They can stay this way for up to 4 hours. When startled, opossum stops still, frozen stiff, afraid to run. They'll go once the danger passes. Being frightened is no fun. Uh-oh. Watch out for the car, little dude. Snuggle deep in Mama's pouch, Joey's travel in safety. Cars will always be a danger, but Mama protects her babies bravely. Turns out that a lot of possums get run over by cars because they're just really hard to see. They're small and they run in the road at night when people aren't looking for them. When they see unfamiliar sights, some opossums appear to hiss. Strangers are afraid of bites, but Mama gets a kiss. Dogs, cat, and fish make excellent pets, a best friend for every child. Opossums are cute, but please don't forget that they're much better off in the wild. Did you know that the Virginia opossum is the only species of marsupial native to the United States and Canada? Many other marsupials live in Mexico, South America, and Australia too. Possums and opossums are both marsupials, but they are technically different animals. Possums live in places like Australia and Indonesia. In everyday life, the term possum and opossum are often used interchangeably, probably because people like me can't seem to remember the difference. Mother opossums have 12 nipples arranged in a circle and one more in the middle for a total of 13. Opossum mothers can have up to 3 litters a year. That's a lot of babies. Adult male opossums, the boys, are called jacks, and the adult girls are called jills. Opossums' low body temperature means that they're mostly immune to rabies, a dangerous disease transmitted through animal bites. Opossums are immune to snake venom and help keep venomous snake populations in check. Good job, dudes. The end.
Like a giant rat, it's the size of a cat. Oh, shaggy fur of gray, it will sleep all through the day. Oh, 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 opossum. Oh, 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 opossum. Hanging by the tail, upside down from a limb. Oh, hanging upside down is the possum. Look at him. Oh, 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 opossum. Oh, 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 opossum.
Art project time. You're going to need this template for your art project. So take a screenshot, or if you're at school, your teacher will already have it. Hi there. Okay, here's what you're going to need to make your super cool opossum. Hi there. Hi there. Here's what you're going to need to make your super cool possum puppet. You're going to need a paper bag. You're going to need the template, which you should have just printed. That's got 3 baby possums and a mom head. You're going to need a round circle to be the tummy. It's kind of an oval shape and it just needs to be able to fit on the bag somewhere. So you cut that out depending on how big you want your tummy to be. For the tail, I'm using a pipe cleaner that's been cut in half, a pink one. You could use a string. You're going to need a glue stick, tape, scissors, and crayons, gray or black or pink, to color in the tails and the nose. And then you're going to need some legs. Now, my legs are just basically little rectangles that I cut little toes on. Nothing spectacular here. And it's going to fit on the bag, so you can judge it based on that. All right, so the very first thing I need to do is I need to color in my mom. I'm going to color her eyes black because they have little black eyes. And then I'm going to color some gray on her forehead because they have a little bit of a gray that goes kind of between their nose and just sort of on their head, almost like a little triangle, see? Kind of like that. And then I'm going to color the little baby's feet pink, 4 little pink feet. And I'm going to color the little tails pink. Now, if you want to color your babies a color, right now the babies are white, you can color them gray. Or if you want rainbow babies, you can make rainbow babies. They're your babies. You make them whatever color you want. So right now I've just colored the tails and I've colored the hands pink. And I am going to give them just a little bit of gray on their bodies because that's kind of the color they are. And I'm coloring really fast because I don't want this video to take forever, but you can take your time. You don't need to rush like I am. Color my 3 little babies. Okay, now I'm just going to cut them out. Now, I don't want to cut their feet off by accident, so I'm not going to cut super close to them. I'm just going to sort of cut them out like this. Just kind of get around them. See? I didn't cut them very close. I don't want to lop their little arms off. Same with the mom's head. Those little ears are kind of hard to get around. So I'm just going to kind of come up on the top like this and around her. See, I'm not cutting it. Now, if you think you can cut those shapes, those little ears out without cutting them off, go right ahead. That's all the closer I'm going to cut it. Okay? And I'm going to cut 2 more little babies out, and we'll be ready to put them together. Okay? There's another little baby. And again, take your time. I'm going a little faster because I don't want this to take forever. And I've had lots of practice cutting. Okay. I now have my 3 little babies and my mom head. And now I'm going to take my paper bag and I got to first put on my mom head. The mom head's going to go on the side that has the flap. Okay? So I want to glue it onto the flap, but I also don't want to glue the bag shut. The best way to do this is not to put the glue on here, but instead put the glue on here. So I'm going to take my glue stick and just smear some glue right in the middle of, ooh, purple, right in the middle of that part. Notice I did not get it all over this part, and I'm just going to take my mom and stick her on there, just like that, okay? And I'm going to put her legs on too. I'm going to put 2 on the top and 2 on the side. You certainly could put 2 sticking down like this if you want to instead. You decide how you want your legs to be. I kind of want mine sticking out to the side. So I'm going to make mine stick out to the side. Like that. Okay. Here's my 4 little legs. Then I have to figure out where these babies are going. Now we learned that baby possums can ride in their mom's pouch or they can ride on her back. So I think I'm going to have 1 baby on the pouch and 2 babies on her back, but you can do whatever you want. I'm going to make a little circle on her tummy where that baby's going. I'm going to have the sleepy baby going there. There she is. And then I'm going to put 2 babies on the back. There's 1 baby hanging on there. Oops, there goes another crayon. And the other baby's going to hang on there. And as long as we're back here, I'm also going to take my tape and I'm going to, I did fold this over on the end. I'm not sure why I did that, maybe just to give the tape more something to grab onto. And I'm just going to tape her tail on back there. There we go. A little tail. And the last thing I need to do is, there's a pouch there. So I know that pouch has a line in it. I'm going to draw the line down the middle. You don't have to do that. Now the important thing is don't glue the pouch shut. You want to be able to open it. So I'm going to take part of my pouch and I'm going to fold it. So there's a fold on it. And I'm only going to glue on the fold. Just on the fold. Right there. Okay? So that when I glue it on her body, I'm going to, only the part that's glued is what's going to stick up here. The rest is going to cover the baby. And now I can open it like a door. If you're not careful and you glue here, you're just going to glue the whole thing shut. Now, if you want, you can try to squash all the babies in there. That's kind of fun, too. They could all be riding in there. And now, I have my very own mommy possum puppet. Hi. Just kidding. I'm not dead. I was just playing possum. In fact, that's what you call it when someone's pretending to be dead. You say playing possum. Well, that's all I have about this week's super cool nocturnal critter. The super cool possum that's got a pouch to carry its babies, and it plays dead when it's scared. How cool is that critter? Super cool. Well, possums are cool. And, you know it, science is cool.